Alright, welcome back. Today's lecture is going to be about the number 666 as it occurs in the Bible. It's the number of the beast, which I'm going to show you that it means melanin is the beast, and man, which means male and female. Alright, so I'm going to start off by reading from Revelations chapter 3, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. What you may not know is 666 only occurs in the Bible 3 times. If you go to Ezra chapter 2 verse 13, it's referring to a man and how many children he had. He had 666 children. 1 Kings chapter 10 verse 14 refers to the talents of gold Solomon amassed every year. When I do a video about Santa Claus later on, we're going to talk about gifts and talents and what that means, and gold, what that has to do with chakras. So later on in another video, we're going to talk about talents and Santa Claus. I had a whole Santa Claus story. It's about the pineal gland and melanin. The only so-called negative reference was the above in Revelations, when it referred to as the number 666 as being some type of beast. Alright, so here's the understanding. First, let's deal with man. So man means human, which is like the word Adam means male and female. So all humans are referred to as carbon-based life forms. In fact, without carbon, biological molecules would not be able to bond, and the body would be a formless heap of loose atoms. Carbon comes from the Latin word carbo, meaning coal or charcoal. It is present in all known physical life forms. Carbon-12 accounts for 98.89% of all carbon. Why do I bring up carbon-12? Because the number 12 is its mass number. And that means it has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So now you have the number of man. Now let's discuss the beast. Now, the beast is melanin. Melanin comes from the Greek word melos, meaning black. You know, they're going to make everything black, negative. So you watch any movies, the movie about blah, this was really about melanin. Melanin is very chaotic, so that's why I have the chaos symbol. That symbolizes melanin. They're not going to tell you that. But whenever they do anything about chaos, they're really talking about melanin. Or anything in these movies about something black, they're talking about melanin. Black people have more melanin within them than other races. White people, Caucasians, really have little to no melanin, and their pineal gland is pretty much calcified. So the pineal gland is what secretes melanin. Let me see what I'm talking about. Melanin is the chemical key to life, and it's the nucleus or brain of all cells. It is produced by the pineal gland or third eye, and is activated by sunlight. So, you know, they tell you Caucasians don't want to go out in the sun because of skin cancer. That has nothing to do with you. I just want to show you the book if you really want to read up more on melanin and the difference between the different races. You can go to a book by Layla Africa called Melanin, What Makes Black People Black. Okay, so now melanin is an organic, I'm stressing the word organic, dark, chemical, liquid pigment substance. Organic means containing all compounds of carbon. Carbon, once again, 666. So now you know. Melanin is the beast. Man is made up of carbon, and so is melanin. And we also contain melanin. Melanin is responsible for our skin color, the color of our eyes. So we were born into skin, not sin. Remember, these stories in the Bible are allegories, not to be taken literally. We weren't born into skin. We weren't born into sin. We all started off as light beings, or just souls that came down. Earth is actually hell. So we fell into skin, not sin. And that skin is made out of carbon, which is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So what makes this melanin a beast? It's a beast because melanin absorbs all colors. It's like a cellular black hole. Like once color enter, it cannot escape. Melanin is concentrated colors. It's similar to the black hole that's in outer space. So all the black holes, everything in outer space is also made out of melanin. chlorophyll is the melanin of a plant. So that green substance is actually the melanin of plants. The human eye can only see colors that are reflected away from an object. So if an object appears black in color, that means that object is absorbing all colors except black. Alright. Just looking through my notes, make sure I get everything. Alright. So I mentioned that it was an organic liquid pigment substance. Liquid because all 5 of our senses, when you hear something, the cells transform into a liquid form, which is melanin, and that liquid goes to the brain and sends that message. Whether you're touching something, tasting something, feeling something, it all gets converted into melanin, into a liquid form, which is melanin. What else? So the reason why melanin is chaotic, because creation is already defined. So when we became men, that's what we became. But before creation, there's chaos. So chaos is potential energy. That means it has the potential to be anything. One of the things that scientists, white scientists in particular, since they lack melanin, they try to make substances that make up for this. I don't know if I mentioned that Viagra was actually an accident. They was trying to make synthetic melanin, and when they made it, the pill actually, they realized it actually gave you erections. So just a little FYI. Also, if you want to visit, if when you get cremated, your ashes is actually reduced to carbon. That's how they date everything. Everything is carbon dated. That's how they know how old fossils are. But they got websites called DNA with the number 2 to diamonds, because diamonds are actually made out of carbon also. They can make you, if you cremate you, they send your animals on that, but they actually, I believe, kidnapping or taking people and cremating them and making their ashes into diamonds. So just something to look into. So if you don't believe me, just go into the website. They're gonna only talk about making animals, cremating animals, and using their hair and their ashes to make diamonds. But they can do it to humans also, because we're also made out of carbon. I think I've pretty much covered everything. So just to summarize, melanin is the beast. We'll talk more about melanin. We're gonna keep discussing melanin and the pineal gland in all my videos. I already showed you the book, but I'll go to the back and summarize it with the pineal gland secretes melanin. Melanin converts into serotonin. Look up serotonin. It's the brain cell when you anoint your head during daylight at time. So this is the whole Christ thing. You anoint your head, your third eye, during the daytime. You secrete serotonin. That's the hormones you secrete. At nighttime, you secrete melatonin. All this is dependent on sunlight, so you need sunlight. You need to go out. That's why we get, in the wintertime, we get what they call SAD, or seasonal affective disorder, because of the lack of sunlight, because we're not stimulating our pineal gland. Caucasians are born with a calcified pineal gland. This is actually the master gland, but they're going to tell you in all the medical books that the pituitary gland is the master gland. It's not true. They only concerned with what works in them. So since this is calcified in them and they lack melanin, they don't want to call this the master gland. So they have secret words, and they put it in different movies, and they reference it as being something evil, like the Blob was all about melanin, the little blob going down the street. So anything evil or chaotic that they can't control, and they can't synthesize it. They tried to make a synthesize. I told you they made Viagra a mistake because of this. Alright, so here's some of your references. Use the Bible, Wikipedia, and the book I showed you. Alright, thank you.